6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. Yom Ashur is being observed across the country today to pay homage to the supreme sacrifice of Hazrat Imam Hussain Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and his companions at Karbala. The Prime Minister has reaffirmed the government's commitment for the well-being and development of the rural population. The Advisor on Political Affairs has emphasized on dialogue and cooperation to address national issues. Pakistan and China have expressed a commitment to advance cultural diplomacy and enhance tourism collaboration. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the occupation authorities have imposed strict restrictions on Yom Ashur processions. The National Disaster Management Authority has issued an alert of severe rainfall and potential flooding across the country till Thursday. And now the news in detail. Yom Ashur, the 10th of Muharram al-Haram, is being observed today across the country with due solemnity and respect to pay homage to the supreme sacrifice rendered by Hazrat Imam Hussain Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and his devoted companions at Karbala. The unmatched sacrifice of Hazrat Imam Hussain Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and his companions conveyed a powerful message of protecting the true spirit of Islam. Morning processions are being taken out in all the cities and towns of the country to remember this eternal martyrdom of the grandson of Prophet Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Khatamul Nabiyyin Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And Zakirin and Ulema are highlighting the bright and candid teachings of Hazrat Imam Hussain Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and various aspects of the Karbala tragedy. Elaborate security arrangements have been made across the country to maintain law and order and avoid any untoward incident during the morning processions. The Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi says the local administration and the law enforcement agencies across the country are on a high alert to maintain law and order on Yom Ashur. In a statement, he said crackdown against spreading religious hatred and sectarianism on social media is underway. The minister paid tribute to the army, the rangers, the police, administration and other institutions. Meanwhile, 4,836 processions are being taken out and 5,480 majalis are being held across the country today. According to the Interior Ministry, the Central Monitoring Cell in Islamabad is in contact with the control rooms of the provincial governments. Strict security measures are in place in Islamabad, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Baluchistan, Sindh, Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan to ensure security of the morning processions. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has reaffirmed the government's commitment for the well-being and development of the rural population. In his message on the occasion of the World Day for Rural Development being observed today, the Prime Minister renewed the government's pledge to uplift the country's rural citizens and support them as equal partners in shaping a stronger, more equitable and prosperous Pakistan. He said Pakistan's villages nourish the people and uphold centuries-old values of resilience, cooperation and tradition. Shahbaz Sharif emphasized that his government continues to prioritize inclusive rural development as a key pillar of national progress. The advisor to the Prime Minister, Rana Sanaullah, has called for dialogue and democratic cooperation to resolve political and electoral issues in the country. Talking to a private news channel, he said the government believes in moving forward through consensus rather than confrontation. Responding to concerns about reserve seats, he said constitutional and legal procedures were followed and no party was denied its due share unfairly. He urged all the political parties to return to the parliament and engage constructively to address national issues. Pakistan and China have expressed the commitment to advance cultural diplomacy, enhance tourism collaboration, and restore shared heritage sites between the two countries. The resolve was expressed during a meeting between the Minister for Culture, Tourism and Heritage, Huzaifa Rahman, and the Chinese Minister of Culture and Tourism, Zhao Zhang, in Beijing today. During the meeting, the minister appreciated President Xi Jinping and the Chinese government for their unwavering support and close cooperation with Pakistan, particularly on cultural and tourism fronts. The two sides agreed to launch joint projects for the restoration, preservation, and digital documentation of historical landmarks in both the countries. It was also decided during the meeting to strengthen museum development partnerships, organizing a series of cultural delegations and implementing training programs in museology. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. The process of compulsory registration for Hajj 2026 is continuing. According to the Ministry of Religious Affairs, the registration facility is available through 15 designated banks and the online portal of the ministry. The last date to get registered for next year's Hajj is the 9th of this month. The registered individuals will have the option to avail either the government or the private Hajj scheme. Overseas Pakistanis are advised to complete their registration through the online portal. Expenditures of the Hajj package and other terms and conditions will be issued separately as per the Hajj Policy 2026. The authorities in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir imposed harsh restrictions on the 10th Muharram procession in Srinagar, drawing strong criticism from Muslims, especially Shia leaders and civil society. According to the Kashmir Media Service, despite repeated requests from mourners for an alternative route from Bhuta Kadal to Zaidibal via the Mill Stop and Firdaus Cinema, the police outrightly denied permission. The district magistrate granted a conditional approval for a highly restricted route. Participants were ordered to submit names and numbers of mourners to police stations in advance. Reacting strongly, Shia community leader Agha Sayyid Muhammad Hadi warned of widespread protests against the authorities' high-handedness, calling the restrictions a direct attack on religious freedom and expression in the occupied territory. Earlier, the police registered cases against several mourners during the 8th Muharram procession in central Srinagar. Meanwhile, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference leadership, in a statement issued in Srinagar, paid glowing tributes to the martyrs of Karbala, stating that the sacrifice of Hazrat Imam Hussain Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu demonstrates that truth ultimately prevails over tyranny. On the other hand, posters appeared across Srinagar and adjacent areas paying tribute to the martyred youth leader Burhan Wani ahead of his 9th martyrdom anniversary. The posters also called for a complete shutdown on the 13th of this month to mark the Kashmir Martyrs' Day. In the United States, the death toll following the flash floods has risen to 50 in Texas. The death toll included 15 children. The National Emergency Operations Center of the National Disaster Management Authority has issued an alert of severe rainfall and potential flooding across the country till Thursday. According to the alert, there is a risk of flooding in rivers and streams across Punjab, Sindh, Baluchistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Azad Kashmir, and Gilgit-Baltistan. A low-level flood is expected at Marala and Kadirabad points on River Chenab. Increased water flow is anticipated in Kabul, Indus, Chenab, Sawat, Panchgora, Chitral, Hunza rivers and other streams. Flooding is also expected in northeastern Punjab, southern Baluchistan and Azad Kashmir due to heavy rains. In Azad Kashmir, sudden flooding is anticipated in River Jhelum and its tributaries, while a sudden rise in water levels is possible in River Hunza and streams in Gilgit-Baltistan. NDMA has instructed all the relevant institutions to ensure proactive measures are in place to handle any potential emergency. The public is advised to stay informed about weather updates and potential hazards through the Park NDMA Disaster Alert app. And finally, the weather report. Rain, wind and thunder showers are expected in Islamabad, Upper and Central Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Northeast, South Baluchistan, Southeastern Sindh and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. However, heavy falls are also likely at isolated places in Islamabad, Northeast Punjab, Pothohar region, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Northern Baluchistan and Kashmir during the period. hot and humid weather is expected elsewhere in the country. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.